Welcome to Becoming Superhuman with myself, Mark Wynn. And these are 3 reasons why you must become superhuman. We live in a black and white world where you're hot or cold, you're wet or dry, you're happy or you're sad, right? It's impossible to be both. It's called choice, and it was something that we were given as a way of being able to control our lives. So you can choose to be an ordinary human or you can choose to be a superhuman. But, and this is one of the things that I'm going to show you in another video, we live in a matrix. And that matrix is a self-imposed matrix where we are controlled in a prison through worrying. We worry about so many different things and we're locked in there and we can never be free, never connect with the spiritual world, and we never get the help we need. Now, you may have seen this before. All of these versions of me. What does it remind you of? Of course, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith from the Matrix. I'm just doing this for a bit of fun, but this is how it could look. Anyway, who am I? Just a quick introduction. I hit rock bottom 19th of January 2015, seriously in debt, 3 months behind with mortgages, payments, credit cards, energy bills, depressed, had over 20 operations on my vocal cords. There's a picture of the last operation that I had. I say over 20 because I lost count. Twice I was told I'd never speak again, and then my marriage of 16 years collapsed at the same time. I had a choice of living underground, which I considered, or coming out fighting and finding out what I was doing wrong. Thought it was a spiritual guru. How could I be when I was getting it so wrong? And I discovered I had things backwards, because a lot of the spiritual knowledge that you've been told by other gurus is inaccurate. So when I reversed it, I suddenly managed to solve everything. I put it into courses to help other people, and I've got nearly 18,000 people, 144 countries, and 2,145 5-star reviews. People think my stuff is amazing because it's easy to implement, it's easy to understand, and you get immediate results. So the other picture that you see on the screen is my body inflamed for no reason about 3 years ago. 70% of my body just went like complete lobster red, and I fixed that as well. So I've got a track record for doing all of these things. So here is your choice: ordinary human or superhuman. See, ordinary humans, just so you know, accept pain and problems as normal. Of course they would. Of course I used to, because I knew different. Your destiny is fixed, which means that all future problems will happen and there's nothing you can do about them. There is a hack to that, which is what becoming superhuman is about, that you can avoid these problems and change your destiny if you increase your consciousness. But you have no control over your future. You suffer ill health. You have mental health issues, bad relationships, financial problems, accelerating aging, being an ordinary human, and unexciting lives. Just look at the people around you. Most people are miserable, honestly. They're unhappy. Ordinary humans lack in purpose, and they've got no true spiritual understanding. If you were a superhuman, you'd have the opposite of all of that. Simply, it's just one is one thing, one is completely the opposite: hot, cold. Okay? So these are the 3 major benefits of becoming superhuman. Number 1, you avoid a life with pain and problems, right? Why do you want to live a life as an ordinary human with pain and problems? You can avoid them. Number 2, you can avoid the future new problems that are coming around the corner. I'm going to explain about those in a second. And you can avoid having to live this life again. I'm going to explain more about that. But I've had so many problems. The idea of living my life again and having the problems all over again, no chance. I've got no interest in doing that. So, benefit number 1, avoiding a life with pain and problems. So I want you just to imagine for a moment having no physical health problems now and in the future, no mental health issues, wonderful relationships, and a flow of money. You are financially free, no debts. That is what you get from being superhuman. Benefit number 2, we create our own problems, but problems can be created for us in the world that we live in. Now, this is where the problem comes. Open up your ears, because this is really important. I call it Rome 2.0. So every society that has ever existed, Romans, Greeks, Mayans, Incas, whatever it is, they evolute, which means that the society gets better and better and better. People are more caring. They share everything. There's no greed. There's no corruption. That society reaches a peak. And then what happens is it involutes and it comes down the other side. Things get worse and worse and worse. And that is what's happening in the world at the moment. We are involuting. Our society is collapsing. How long have we got left? I have no idea. But the problems, I mean, you can do this as a form of self-assessment. Look at the weather, how much worse it's getting. The wars and conflicts, the local violence, stabbings, shootings, publicized violence. Years ago, bare knuckle fighting was underground, right? It was illegal. Now it's on YouTube. Hundreds of thousands, millions of people watch it. They love it. All that blood and gore. Financial greed, financial corruption. Governments are seriously in debt and they're getting more and more into debt. Dog eat dog world. Who really cares about you? Nobody cares about anybody apart from themselves. All the rich, they could share their wealth, even a small amount. Do they? Of course not. Technology, AI has arrived, robots have arrived. They're going to take over your world. You know, there are some serious issues that relate to that are being underplayed. People's health. Look how bad it's getting. Mental health, overweightness, everything. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Slavery. If you've signed any terms and conditions for the likes of any of the social media, as I have, you are a slave. I am a slave. Our lives are being controlled by other people that listen to this conversation, every conversation, and basically control and own us. I've touched on mental health issues already. So that's a really good reason why you must become superhuman. I'm going to show you how superhuman works so you can avoid these problems. Benefit number 3 is avoid having to live this life again. So our lives are on this particular life that you're leading at the moment, I'm leading at the moment, is on a loop. It's called a groundhog loop. It's very much like Groundhog Day. Probably seen the film with Bill Murray. Wakes up, starts the day again. Wakes up, starts the day again. Same people, same things. So you've lived this life many times before. Every time you live it again, you make the same mistakes. But the pain that you feel from those mistakes is worse. And you will go around and around and around until you generate enough consciousness that you can escape that loop. I'm going to tell you what that means in a second. So if you turn around and go, Mark, I've got no interest in this. I'm just telling you, you're going to basically come back again and have to live this loop again. This explains why we have deja vu, why you go, oh, I know that person or I know that place. It's because you were there or you remember from the previous loop. So, very important this. I also want to show you this image as well. So we have the loop running that we're leading at the moment. Our previous lives are running separate loops and our future lives are running separate loops. And all of those loops are running at the same time. Okay? You need to get your head around that one. Many lives all at the same time, each with a different loop. If you break out of one loop, it changes all of them. But which one are you going to break out of? Hopefully it's going to be this. For those that are paying attention, that means that you've seen this presentation before, the last time you're in the loop. But you failed and I failed to get enough consciousness. So we're back here again. It's like repeating a driving test. So you have a choice. Do nothing and ignore me. As I've said, you'll come back and you'll have this loop again, or you become superhuman. So you can either come back and live the life again, but you're conscious. So you know that you're doing that. You know the mistakes that you made previously, so you failed to make them. Your life gets better and you're able to positively influence the family around you because you are now a higher being. If you fancy doing something different, you can just go and travel the universe, go back to source and do whatever you want. So you've got choices here. So here's the solution to all of the problems in life and the problems in your life. So it's to increase your consciousness. You can go and ask 100 gurus, what is consciousness? And you'd get some answers. Some of the gurus would never tell you because they don't know, and some would just mumble through. So I'm going to tell you what it is, right? So this is a big light bulb moment. By definition, consciousness is your level of spiritual maturity or knowledge, and it is measured by how much of your soul is in your body. So when you're born, 1% of your soul joins your mind and your body. So 1% soul equals 1% consciousness. Your job is to evolve. By evolve, your 1% soul must go to 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, and upwards. Your consciousness goes up by the same amount. So your job is to become whole. So you've got 100% of your soul, 100% consciousness in your mind and body. That is what you've got to do. Now, what does that mean? Well, I like talking about ladders. Within my community, I have a consciousness ladder, a healthy body ladder, and a financial freedom ladder. It's very simple. All humans are on rung number 1, which is the 1% soul, 1% consciousness. So imagine a ladder. If you're only on the first rung, the view is really poor. By the time you get to the second rung, it's a little bit better. 5th rung, it's much better. 10th rung, it's even better. So the higher you go up a ladder, the better the view gets. Now, if we apply that to how life works, problems are always at the lower rung. So the biggest problems are under, let's say, the 4th rung, and then there's smaller problems underneath, maybe say the 6th rung, and like much tinier problems further up. So the more you increase your consciousness, the higher up the ladder you go, the more you avoid the problems because you've left them below you. Do you understand? So by increasing your consciousness, you avoid the problems. The view gets better, which means that your spiritual knowledge has improved and your life gets better at the same time. So, my community, this is really important. You get everything within the community to help you increase your life. There's a full onboarding experience, which shows you how to create a 12-month transformation plan, which I'll help you with. Weekly training. I do a daily dance. It's amazing, right? You just dance. I'll do the dance, right, to a tune that I really like, and I dance my socks off, and it lifts the energy, and you just join in. I do a weekly motivation, a superhuman training, healthy body training. I'm about to add money, financial freedom training. There's a full community set up, so you can meet other people in the superhuman community that have got similar interests to you, like photography or playing the guitar. So you can create new friends around the world, and you'll know who are locally and who are worldwide, and you can speak with them. I do a live Zoom coaching every Thursday. All of my courses I include within the community. Introductory course, that's 4.5 hours, 51 videos. Full superhuman course, money manifestation, they're just about to be added. You also get master classes every month for free. You also get solution training as a masterclass for free. One of these each month. I add in my books that I've written. You can get those for free, right, as PDFs. It is amazing what's in this community, and I'll keep on adding to it. Becoming superhuman has 5 attributes that you have to achieve to become superhuman, and there are 12 skills that you need to develop to get the attributes. Within the community, I'll show you how to do that. It's really simple. So, for you, you can start on my community for free. 14-day free trial, do all the courses, live coaching, you can do everything. And then you can make a decision. Do I like it? Do I believe in Mark? Is this going to help me? Have I seen benefits? Or you can leave. It's entirely up to you. There's £1,200 in value in courses and $1,200 in value in courses, and over $1,000 every month goes into this. And you get the whole thing for $47. This is life-changing, it's transforming, it is fun, and I do mean fun with a big F. It's very entertaining, and your life will be lifted up. So, I really appreciate if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for all the other videos, and share this if you can. Please come and have a look at the community. You can join for free, and I promise you it will transform your life. So I've only got one question. What are you waiting for?